all of the details. It's wild. I love a footwear factory. We're here in Red Wing, Minnesota, checking out the heart and soul of one of America's most iconic brands. I've been a huge fan of Red Wing for a long time. The heritage, and more specifically, the quality and trend-proof timelessness is a big reason why. It all started back in 1905, and in the 120 years since, Red Wing has become one of the most respected footwear brands in American history as a result of that steadfast commitment to those qualities. We're here to meet the people behind the brand and get an all-access pass to see what continues to drive the footwear brand forward. This is Behind the Brand Red Wing. What's up, Mike?
Hi, Ben.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome to Red Wing. We're thrilled to have you. This is Plant 2, built in the 1960s. We make a mixture of work product and heritage product in this building. About 3,000 pairs come out of the factory every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's go check it out.
All right.
Founded in 1905 by Charles Beckman, the Red Wing Shoe Company set out to create durable, well-fitting footwear for the Midwest workers, including miners, loggers, and farmers. The company's immediate success led to rapid expansion of its original factory. This enduring commitment to the work boot tradition has ensured that the factory and its legacy has never ceased operations. Now celebrating 120 years of manufacturing, Red Wing still proudly makes their boots right here in the same town they were founded in. A good piece of footwear starts with a good piece of leather. Red Wing owns their own tannery, so they can really control their process from start to finish.
Our leather comes literally just a mile or two down the road from SP Foot Tanning.
Yeah.
Leather has always been the best material.
Right.
If you get a bunch of scientists in a room and ask them to develop a material that's breathable, puncture resistant, all these characteristics, you can't really produce something.
Right.
But nature's best comes from the cow.
It's so true. Before a single piece is cut, it goes to the grading tables.
They'll throw a side on there, and then using a pen, he'll mark out all the areas that have defects in them. And there's basically 5 zones that they're grading out. So this is a very important, critical process. It affects all the downstream operations.
Yeah. The high-tech cutting machine then takes the input and automatically nests all the pieces to cut perfectly around the defects, ensuring every piece of quality leather is used.
So at every stage of the process, we do quality inspection. Bob Cody's been with us for how many years, Bob, have you been with us?
48.
48.
48?
48.
Seen a lot of boots.
Oh, I've made a lot of boots. A couple million at least.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's people like Bob that keep this place alive. Craft is the essence of our manufacturing, and his knowledge and experience is so valuable.
Now the pieces are cut and prepared, the boot starts to take its actual shape. And this is where you really see a blend of old and new technology. And it all requires serious craft. It's not just about pushing a pedal. It takes immense hand-eye coordination and skill to understand the nuance of each machine to get that flawless, secure stitch. This is truly where the art of shoemaking shines.
So this is our iconic triple needle Puritan sewing machine. This machine has been here since day one. And there's 3 cotton threads going through the wax pot and then going through the machine.
So this machine is over 100 years old then?
Yeah. There's a date on here when it was made, 1887.
1887.
So yeah, it's one of those steps of the process that's we've been doing since day one and has been unchanged.
Every detail is thought out with the customer in mind, from the stitching to the last. Even the materials they use in their insoles are considered. They're made of a vegetable tan insole, which is crucial to allow the boots to mold to your foot over time.
This is the challenge that we face in making footwear. We're taking 2-dimensional materials, and we have to teach those materials to take a 3D shape. Leather is a material that can take all that pressure, moisture, and steam, and then it can take that shape over time.
The next step, and one of Red Wing's signature elements, is the Goodyear welt construction. It involves stitching a leather welt, the foundational physical connection, to the upper and the insole of the boot.
Goodyear welt is one of the oldest types of footwear construction, and it's considered the grandfather of all shoemaking. And the beauty, again, is because you can take that welt off, that outsole off, and put a new sole on there. We'll go see the repair shop later, but the beauty of repairing your shoes or resoling your shoes is that your upper's already broken in, your insole's already broken in, you're just putting a new sole on there. It's like getting new tires on a car.
After the welt is sewn on, we turn our attention to the inside. First, they add a metal shank for support under the arch. Next is the bottom fill, a traditional method using cork, which is antimicrobial, breathable, and molds to your foot most importantly. The boot goes through a dry tunnel to ensure the glue sets and the upper holds its shape. Shoemaking can't be rushed. Finally, the heel is attached. They use an iconic heavy-duty machine that's been in use since the first day of Red Wing.
This is a very, very old machine. It's been here since the beginning as well. And what's happening is that nail is being driven through the holes of the heel. There's a washer inside that holds that nail in place. It comes up, it hits the bottom of that shoe last, and bends over on itself. Wow. It's on there for good.
I think that's my favorite machine.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part. That's cool. In the finishing room, they use conditioners, brushes, and wheels to clean and restore the leather's original beauty. The final product is considered 95% complete when boxed. The remaining 5% is up to the customer to wear, break in, and care for that boot. They are a true piece of American-made craftsmanship, built to last a lifetime. And to ensure that promise, Red Wing maintains its own repair shop.
This is where we have a group of cobblers, people who can repair boots, and you can see our shipment that came in over the weekend of boots to be repaired. So this is kind of neat for me, being in product development, to come back and see how my babies are doing after living their life out in the field.
People are sending back for what repairs. So you could repair any part for the most part? I mean,
for the most part, yeah. Resole them, recraft them, anything that is, on the upper that needs to be touched up, they can do.
Oh, that boot has seen some days.
Yeah, a lot of hard hours are put into that.
Yeah.
And that's what we love to see is, our work boots, they're a tool. It's cool because sometimes they've come in for resole once, not only once, but twice, multiple times. This one's been,
there it is.
Very well equipped.
I got some work to do.
Yeah.
This is definitely inspiring me.
They say you have to earn your wings, so.
Yeah, I got some learning to do. I thought I knew of my Red Wings, but seeing it all firsthand, how many hands touch it, and there's a lot of detail and a lot of care, more importantly.
Yeah, craft is the essence of our product, and we really value our shoemakers. Plant 2 is the heartbeat of the company. Yeah. It's the heart and soul of our brand.
Yeah. Thank you for the tour.
Yeah, we're so glad you could be here.
It's incredible how many steps and skilled hands touch one pair of boots to achieve that level of craftsmanship. Now we're headed to Plant 1, the original factory built in 1905. We're going to literally dive into the archives, connecting the dots from the factory floor to the history that drives Red Wing's design DNA today. Hey, Claire.
Hey, Ben.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for meeting me here at this historic Plant 1. This is the birthplace of Red Wing Shoe Company.
That's amazing. And obviously you can't talk about Red Wing without talking about its history, right? We just got an education in the craftsmanship and the construction. But I'm excited to dive into the archives quite literally with you and really talk about the origins of what has driven Red Wing for now 120 years, right? So should we go check out some of the archives and get a little history lesson of Red Wing?
Let's do it.
All right. This is what I want my shoe closet to look like.
Did you notice the smell when you came in?
I did.
This rich smell of the leather, and you can't beat that.
No, I love it.
So this style dates back to the 1920s.
Wow.
So this is one of our oldest pairs that we have in the collection. And what I love about this pair is it really shows how work was so important in our early history. Look at this beautiful double layer toe cap.
It's got a little of the Iron Ranger vibes.
Yes, it does. And the detailing is just gorgeous on it.
It's cool.
Well, I think you're gonna like this next piece. I love telling the story of John Ruckavina.
Okay.
So this photo was taken in the 1960s. And he's in Chicago.
Yeah.
And he's standing on the yet-to-be-completed Sears Tower.
Wow.
And look what he's wearing.
He's wearing Red Wings.
He's wearing Red Wings.
Built America.
Yes, yes. That is his only point of contact.
Wow.
No safety harness. Right there at that moment, that is the most important tool in his tool belt.
It's clear history drives Red Wing's design. Their archives hold over 39,000 digitized assets, which the product team uses daily to ensure the brand's DNA is part of every boot going forward.
So this is our earliest catalog that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So this dates to about, we think, 1908.
Wow.
There's not a lot of pictures. It's
Yeah.
a lot of text. You know, pretty basic. We were doing Puritan stitching since the very beginning, but you know, we got into welt construction a few years after we started. We were still kind of, you know, trying to figure out like where our sweet spot is.
Looking through old catalogs shows the evolution. From the 1920s to the 1950s, Red Wing was strictly focused on footwear crafted for work.
This brochure says the biggest wearing feature in years. During World War I and World War II, we were required to produce footwear for the military. There was a military leader, his last name was Munson, and he developed the Munson Army Last. And that was a general fitting last. So this uses the Munson Army Last. It has the double layer toe cap. It has the Garrison back. This 333 really represents the latest in technology for this early days of the company. Yeah.
That's so cool. It really was we think about performance footwear as a category these days. I mean, this was performance footwear at this stage.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Now we're seeing in the 70s, we're seeing people still appreciate that quality product that Red Wing is still making, but they're not necessarily wearing it on a traditional job site.
Sure.
You know, a company like Red Wing, we were thinking work. That's what we knew best.
Right.
And it took us a little bit to figure out, okay, what is this lifestyle market? Is it here to stay?
I think when you think about the origin stories, we keep talking about the foundation, right? It was built with a certain intention, built to be quality, it was built for a purpose, and that is what people gravitated towards. When I wear my Red Wings, it's a celebration of the story. I love the style, but when you think about like authenticity and like timelessness, that is what Red Wing represents and is on that sort of pantheon of great American brands.
Exactly.
It's apparent how this dedication to design, craftsmanship, and those core work roots is what made them timeless. The final stop on our tour is the Innovation Hub, a mini factory where all forward-looking concepts and reissues are prototyped and proven, ensuring heritage designs meet the highest modern standards before they ever hit the production line.
So innovation doesn't always necessarily mean the newest, fanciest machine, but it's, for us in heritage, it means replicating a procedure or method that we did years ago in today's environment. Our designer is basically an archaeologist. He's in the archives looking at the catalog and studying how we made shoes back then, understanding how the techniques back then can be used today. You know, you can have something that looks nice on a piece of paper, but the real proof comes when you actually start stitching it together, and that's where this room is so instrumental to the whole process. So I have a gift for you.
Oh. Straight off the line?
Straight off the line this morning.
Oh, no way. That's so cool. Well, we're going to have to put these throughout the office. Cannot buy Red Wing leather Huckberry trees. Yeah. Thank you. We've seen how the boots are made and where that heritage comes from. My favorite part of any Red Wing, it's the patina the leather develops as it ages, and knowing durability comes from that century-old manufacturing craft. Now, we'll dive into the design details of the icons we know and love and the styles that you can find on Huckberry today. Jace, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
So excited to dive in with you on a few of the icons of Red Wing and also some re-releases for your 120th anniversary. Let's start with the classic mock.
This is the 875. That's our classic mock. This is the closest version to what we actually had back in the early 1950s. So we have the traction tread outsole.
Yep.
The two-piece construction is also unique to Red Wing. We call it also the icon of the Heritage Collection because it's the most recognizable.
It's just one of those styles, like this color, this style, it comes into so many people's heads. Like that is a Red Wing boot. The Iron Ranger's another one that we are very familiar with.
So Iron Ranger, really the original versions of this, we can date back to the 1920s and 1930s. The Iron Ranger was really about taking all of those key details. So the first is the cap toe. This is what we call the garrison back. The combination of eyelets and hooks, Puritan stitch, putting all of those really vintage details into one boot. And that's what created the Iron Ranger, is sort of the modern version of those boots going all the way back to the 20s and 30s.
Yeah. This is the 120th anniversary of Red Wing.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about this reissue.
The logger is really an archival style. So if you go back into the history of Red Wing, you've had a lot of variations of this type of boot. The version that we have today is essentially a recreation of a logger boot that we released in 1961 with this garrison back, the round toe, combination of hooks and eyelets, those details. It also still has the Vibram lug outsole. Red Wing was one of the first companies to bring that technology to the US back in the 1960s. The key difference, of course, is the height.
Right.
So this is going to make it a little bit more of what we would call a peak winter boot. And the lug outsole, it is designed to have good grip, anti-slip. If you're out walking in winter, you're in a seasonal environment, this is still going to perform.
Totally, yeah. All right, and last but certainly not least, we have the reissue of the Pecos.
The origins of the Pecos, just like the classic mock, these go back to the early 1950s.
Okay.
And it was made for workers in the oil fields in southern Texas. So this is called the chemigum outsole. They needed something that had oil resistance. Second thing, it has a roper sole versus a cowboy Western sole. The one that we see here today is essentially the 1966 version. That was the first year that we changed the top line and added the pole tabs.
The roper sole, the clean front, not a lot of design. It's a very easy boot. I think it's a gateway for a lot of guys that want to test.
It absolutely is that gateway.
Jace, thanks for the rundown. I look at these boots in a whole different lens after this morning. Red Wing has, whether it was intentional or not, has driven trend and style, but at the foundation, it's always been about making a quality pair of boots and a boot that's going to last a really long time.
That is the foundation.
From the minute we walked into Plant 2 to seeing the history preserved at Plant 1, it's clear Red Wing is a story told by hands. Their heritage, from a small Minnesota shoe brand to boots that literally helped build America, is one very few can match. And their unwavering dedication to craft, quality, and community is still as relevant today as it was 120 years ago. That is why Red Wing is considered one of the great American brands. It certainly makes me appreciate walking in these Red Wings that much more.